What are some tips on developing spiritual discipline when it's hard? Hey, what's up everyone? Aviol here with Yapa238.com, and that was a live question someone asked just about 5 minutes ago on the Yapa238 Instagram. Usually before every Yapa Live that happens Thursdays at 6 p.m. PST, so be there on Instagram. Usually before every Yapa Live, what I like to do is I like to ask the audience, hey, what do you guys have questions about that we can discuss on live? And that was something someone just submitted. So we're probably gonna touch on it on the Yapa Live, but we're also gonna do a video about it because I think it'd be really cool to answer questions like this. So, first off, you guys probably already know that we're gonna shoot to be doing a video every single day. So this is technically a TOTD, a thought of the day, which is yay, because we're actually going back to original Yapa238, but these are gonna be one takes, not all chopped up, and you know, because it takes about 8 hours of editing just to hit one video, 8 to 12 hours for one video. I know that's crazy, but anyway, so we're just gonna do one takes on this. Anyway, so in regards to spiritual discipline, let's get to the question. Spiritual discipline, first and foremost, we have to understand what discipline is, or at least what spirituality or spiritual discipline is, okay? Spiritual discipline, spirit being your person, your soul, and discipline being that governance that you have, or I don't even know if governance is the word, that governing that you have over your spirit, your soul, your body, your thoughts, all that stuff is when you have control over that. That is what we would term as discipline. Now, I don't have this, literally, this was a live question that happened like just a few moments ago. So I don't have like all the definition of discipline is this and all that stuff, but I can definitely tell you and give you guys some tips on how to cultivate self or spiritual discipline, how to implement it, and then what it looks like in your every single day. So in order to cultivate discipline, it's funny because it's almost like a muscle. There's a lot of principles that we have in our lives or things in our lives, unseeable, I don't know, forces or whatever, and not in like a spooky way, but like these things that God has given us, like perseverance and confidence, and those things that we can actually exercise, just like we exercise, I hope, our physical body, or at least we, staying active in school and stuff like that, you exercise. But the thing is that when you first step into exercising, some of us who haven't exercised for years and years and decades, I haven't been exercising since I was 2 years old, right? As I'm sure none of you guys have. But sometimes, the guy who first steps into the gym, I have a younger uncle, and earlier in, I believe it was January, he really started exercising, started working out. So every day he had a routine. He would do push-ups, he would do squats, he would do whatever he did, right? And he would do it, and when he first did it, he was doing like, 5 to 20, what was it? It was like, I want to say 20, really sorry, I hope he's not watching this video, but really sorry push-ups. Okay, he's going like all these cute little things, and I'm like, bro, you gotta go all the way down, quality over quantity. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And his squats were like totally not even formed, right? And I was like, but he got started, right? And when he first started it, he only could do so much, but he always pushed himself. He always pushed himself. He always pushed himself. And so fast forward, man, it's been like 5 months now. 5 months later, he's doing, pull-ups at least to his eye level, right? And he's getting those, his body is starting to look better, he's squatting right, he's doing his push-ups all the way down, head up. I mean, he's just in great form, awesome, right? And he's developed his muscles, he's developed his strength. So, sorry guys, I have to make a phone call here soon, but a spiritual discipline is the very same way. Discipline is the exact same way. Okay, we get up under some weight. We have to find something that's difficult for us to do, but that we actually do it. Okay, so like let's say this, a fast. Maybe you can't go on a 40-day fast off the bat. You can't go up under 400 pounds and bench press it, right? Or do 4,000 push-ups straight. That's pretty difficult. Not too many people can do that, right? Same thing with a 40-day fast. So maybe you shoot for a week fast if that's what you can do, or a 3-day fast, or a 1-day fast, or maybe just skip a meal. If that's where you're at, start there. You're cultivating discipline. Okay, discipline is looking at your flesh and saying no when your flesh says yes. Not only saying no, but keeping your flesh from moving forward into that yes, right? Because of what you said, and now it's your no. Okay, or your yes. Maybe you're taking your, hey flesh, we are going to pray. Your flesh says no, but your discipline pulls your flesh along into the prayer meeting. So cultivating spiritual discipline, even when it's hard, listen, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard. If you want anything to really work and anything to really strengthen you, it needs to be hard. Not impossible. Don't make it impossible for yourself. Don't say I'm gonna go on a 40-day fast and only drink water the entire time, okay? Don't say that I'm going to, have a 7-day prayer meeting and I'm gonna lock myself in my room and just, pray all the time. Hey, before you get there, you can get there. Trust me, you can. You can fast the 40 days, no food, right? And water only. I'm not suggesting anything, guys. Don't be like, oh yeah, I should do this and go, tell your pastor, hey, I'm on a 40-day fast. Okay, don't do that. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm building the picture here, right? Okay, or the lock-in, right? You can get there. Trust me, you'll get there. But start off with something that's actually going to challenge your flesh. That's actually going to challenge you. Okay, going back to the physical exercise example, right? So if it's only, honestly, if it's push-up, if you only can do these type of push-ups and only 25 of those a day, like my younger uncle was doing, younger uncle, I know that sounds weird to say, but like my uncle was doing, it's do that. If that's the only thing you can do, hey, do that. This also goes to the person who asked that. I got this question just recently. Hey, I share a room with my sister, my little sister. She irritates me a lot, but I share a room with her, and my family's not in church. How do I have deep intercessory prayer? Right? I read your comments. How do I have deep intercessory prayer? Well, listen. If you can't do the 2-3 hours by yourself in travail, my thing was say, hey, find out how you can do it. Do your best to make a way. Maybe you have to wake up at 3 a.m. for this one prayer meeting that you're gonna have on a monthly basis. Okay, maybe you have to do something like that. And maybe you have to, find a time where, your parents aren't gonna be there, or, just whatever you have to do, try to make it work. But if you can't, if there's absolutely zero possibility, do what you can do. Listen, God, He sees and He knows all things. If He knows that you absolutely cannot, I'm not talking about excuses here. We're not talking about excuses. We're talking about actually you cannot do certain things, like fast because you're diabetic, right? God's gonna heal you of your diabetes. But at the moment, you wanna fast, but you haven't, listen, or God hasn't healed you yet, but don't think like you can't do X, Y, Z. Think of how much can you do. There's your cultivating discipline. Paul says that he pretty much admonishes or instructs us to keep our bodies under subjection, okay? To keep our members, that's how he says it, under subjection, which means to dominate your members. Fasting has a lot of benefits, powerful benefits, but fasting discipline, one of the most powerful benefits that it has is discipline of the flesh, right? Same thing with prayer, is it strengthens your spirit, man. In order for you to strengthen your spirit, man, you have to deny your flesh, right? In order for you to strengthen or deny your flesh, you have to channel that. You must be, cognizant of strengthening your spirit, man. Because if you're fasting without the prayer side of it or without the spiritual growth side of it, you're really just on a diet. Okay? So, cultivating discipline is difficult, but start with what you can, do. Okay? The next thing I'll say is as you begin to exercise discipline, make sure you really get in the form, in the flow of doing things, okay? So you start off with your cute little push-ups, like all those cute little push-ups. Your cute little push-ups, you can't go all the way down. Or your cute little squats, whatever it is, right? You started off with that, okay? But now, don't just sit there when you feel good, like, okay, I can fast a day, and then just only fast a day. No, push yourself, okay? Push yourself to do more. Now, again, don't go overboard, but push yourself to do what you can do, as much as you can do, okay? And then, you don't have to go for it necessarily time-wise, like, okay, I'm going 3-day fast or 40-day fast or 1,000-day fast, never do that, right? Or I'm gonna read my Bible now for 5 hours a day, or pray for 7 or 8 hours a day. Maybe it's the quality in which you're praying, okay? Or what you're praying. You can, instead of like praying for an hour and then pushing it to 2, you say, okay, I'll pray for an hour, but what I'll do is every other day, I'll pray for my needs and then other people's needs and then the world and then Israel and then my needs and then someone else's needs and the world and Israel and then maybe this and maybe that, right? So you're starting to kind of switch it up, but you're expanding your prayer horizons without expanding the time. You see what I'm saying? You're still exercising discipline, but maybe you're doing it in a different way. Okay, so after that, you're doing it, you're making it consistent, you're introducing consistent discipline into your life. Remember, it is gonna be hard, but you always wanna have a little bit of push, right? Because think about it, if you were up under some, 45 pounds, right? And your body was used to doing 200 pounds, and you're just like, I'm cool here, I'm just gonna coast right here. Well, then you're going to detract, and your discipline level is gonna go down because it doesn't take that much discipline to do that little thing, right? So always be kind of pushing yourself. Don't go insane with it, but always try to keep a little bit of push to it, right? Keep your habits or install it as a habit and keep it rolling, keep consistency there. So your spiritual discipline, right? You wanted it, now you have hold of it. Listen, don't let it atrophy. Don't let it go. You have spiritual discipline. Keep the ball going. Keep the ball rolling. Make the snowball. Throw snowballs at the snowball to make it bigger. Okay, make a big, huge avalanche of momentum. Okay, when you start praying, don't just like when you have your prayer life. Don't just keep it in your prayer room. During altar services, under the instruction of your spiritual authority, hey, start praying for people. And if God impresses you and the gifts of the Spirit begin to work in you, let them work according to, decently and in order. Let the gifts of the Spirit work through you. Okay, you've opened up as a channel to be used in the Spirit through your daily prayer life. Now let that minister to the body. Okay, if you're fasting, if you're really, if you're really disciplined with the fasting, well, when the need comes up in the church, someone gets sick, take it upon yourself. Hey, I'll bear this burden and I'll push the plate back and pray for this individual. Because honestly, you've climbed up a mountain and you have different elevation in the Spirit. Let's just be honest. Some people don't go up that far, so they don't have that elevation. Well, now you have it. So my friend, take that and it almost like take it as a duty, as a responsibility to give to your brothers and sisters in the Lord. To give spiritually, because you have the spiritual reservoir, a spiritual, a swimming pool of water that you use for emergency situations. I'm trying to break down what a reservoir is, but you have this spiritual well that you can draw from. Hey, give drink to other people. They need it. Okay? Keep growing. So, listen, discipline, it's not an easy thing to cultivate. It's not supposed to be. Okay? It never was supposed to be. It's never supposed to be this cool, it's gonna sail on forward. Okay? Discipline was never supposed to be that. Neither was perseverance or courage, right? That is not supposed to be a part of the deal, okay? So, my apologies. But it's never supposed to be a part of the deal. But it is. Okay? It is gonna be difficult. It is going to be maybe somewhat stressful to grow in that light. But grow anyhow. Because we have a lot of people who do not want to grow, who do not want to feel discomfort, who don't want to be challenged. And they're looking first, we need more leaders. Those are the ones who will take the challenge. We need more people stepping up, more people deciding to pray, more people deciding to read the word and fast. We need more of that, especially young people, guys. We really need young people doing that, okay? So do that, okay? We really need young people doing that, okay? And those people who maybe they don't want to go up that mountain, maybe they'll get inspired by you. And maybe you can help them ascend up that mountain of spirituality, spiritual discipline. So, in regards to today's video, in order to cultivate spiritual discipline, it is going to be difficult, but it is definitely necessary. It's going to be powerful when you do so, because you're going to take all that discipline, you're going to take what you've done in your life, you're going to commit it to the hands of God, and God's going to bless you because of it. Now, my friends, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please like today's video, share it all over the intrawebs. Also, follow Yapa238 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube, all across our social medias. I gotta get to this phone call because, it's important. It keeps going off. Anyway, love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless you all. Catch us every Thursday on Instagram, 6 p.m. PST. I'm also going to try to get the Yapa Lives over onto YouTube as well. So, maybe on YouTube as well. But subscribe, follow on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless, Yapa fam. Love you all. In Jesus' name.